new day, and I made a small roller here for the needle bearing, and I did that. I sneaked on to 14 millimeters from 13.5. Sneaked on till I thought, yeah, now it should be able to be pressed in. And then I sealed the face between the two with Loctite, and then pressed it in my vise, machinist vise. But I still think it's a little loose here, but maybe that's okay. I thought when you press it in, then the needles would be squeezed a little, so that there's not so much wiggle. But now I'll make a shoulder bolt. Phil from Phil's Projects commented and said that this should be fixed here with a shoulder bolt, and of course it should. And now I'll try to make the head so that it covers the most of this face here, and then make the body of the bolt a little bigger than these 10 millimeters, so that I can press it in here. Not press it, but press it with my hand, because I think it's a little loose here. So this way I think I can do it. And then I'll mill a flat here and drill a hole and thread it, and then fasten the roller with the bearing on this way. Yeah, now it's milling time. The flat here, the flat here and here. No more excuses. Now I'm finishing the flattening of this bar. I'll just take some, I think it's a millimeter. Very nice surface. Very nice. And I made it so wide that the bolt I plan to put in the hole for fixing this rod will have a diameter even to this flatness. I think 8-10 millimeters would be nice. Yeah, even though it's a mystery material, it is a good quality, and it machines very nice. I don't know if you can see the surface, but I still have my nicks from my crash there. But never mind that. That was the flatness for the bolt to fix the jaws, the rod here. Yeah. Now I think I'll try to make this shoulder bolt. Sneaked down to the size, and now it's going there, but I still think there's a lot of wiggle, and if I take the measurement here if you can see it. No, you can't. Why? Focus, focus. But it is exactly 10.0. Why? Should the needle bearing have been squeezed a little more? I don't know. Yeah. But now I'll make a very small shoulder here that rests on the needle bearing here. And then I have to, when I put this the bolt into the bigger part here, then I have to have a small washer. Yeah. Now I have my bolt here a little too much on top here, but in the middle I'll make a 6 hex shape on top here, 2 or 3 millimeters high, and then from here this cone and the top here will disappear, and the shoulder this shoulder there will catch the needle bearing in there. Now I need a washer for the other end here, but it's a little too big on the OD, so I have to turn it down a little. And I threaded this here with 10 millimeters with a pitch of 1 millimeter. Yeah, I'll see if I can turn a little of this outer diameter off. I couldn't hold it, so I took a pipe and cut off 1 millimeter. Just what I needed. Now I got my garden cultivator again, so tomorrow it's garden work. I did some of it today, but tomorrow the whole day. But this project, I made this bolt with some washers and threading and so on, preparing now for doing the mill work. It's a new day and I'm still working on this project, and now I got this hole drilled and bored. No, drilled and threaded, and it's 10 millimeter with a pitch of 1 millimeter, and it's for my nice roller here. And for the first time I used my hex block for what it is supposed to be used for, to do these 6 hex shapes on a bolt. That's what I will use them for, at least. And I made this nice little bolt, and it should have been a shoulder bolt, but there wasn't room for it down here. Then I could have made it an 8 millimeter thread here, and then I had the shoulder of 1 millimeter in each side, but I decided to make it a 10 millimeter to make it stronger. Then I'll just do that when I put it in here. And and it's very nice here with 10 millimeter, maybe a little tight. But it works, and it looks nice. Now, because of my washer down there and my little shoulder here, I can tighten it so that the roller can't roll. And then I miss my shoulder down at the end of the bolt. But I have to loose the bolt again so much that the roller can roll, and then I'll just Loctite it. Simply to have as much strength in the bolt as possible. I'm afraid an 8 millimeter would be broken or bended or something like that. But this here is nice, I think. Yeah, that's it for this for a moment. And then I have to focus on this, making this flat here and here for fastening this. That's the next job. And I'll go and fix it in the middle. I think my dividing head has a Morse tape of 4. So I'll just try to take off the chuck and see if that's the case. Then I'll simply mount it in there and see if I can secure that this is level or straight up and down, and then flatten it here so that this can be placed there. Unfortunately, my dividing head didn't have a Morse tape of 5, but a Morse tape of 3, so I have to mount it this way in the chuck. And what's important here is that this overall surface or faces here is straight up and down. And what I did was place a rod in here, and then with an angle turned the head here so that this rod is square to the table, the bed here, down here. And then I tried to, with a dial, try to see if it's level here, and it is within a 100th of a millimeter. And because of this stick out here, I has to shim it up out here, and I don't want to remove the vise, so I have to use shims. Or else I could remove the vise and use my not finished tailstock for the table here, but I haven't finished it yet, so I have to do it this way. And now I'll just make a flat here so that the block I plan to use can be placed there in this way here. And then I'll mill a little away here so that it can go down in this hole. But let's see. Now I have to start the mill, take it little by little. And there I have touchdown. here. And I'll come back. Now I believe it's there. Yeah. Now I'll turn it 180 degrees. That should be 142.2. That way. But I can't deny that this piece over there is a little, but I think it's this hole that it's not made regular enough. No, I can't see it. It's twisting. There's a split line in the middle where I can see it splitting. So I has to believe that's that. Yeah, now I'll take 10 millimeters from each side, 5 millimeters down, and then sneak in to I think about 11 millimeters from both sides. Let's see. Looks a little hard. Sounds a little hard. Yeah, I'll come back when it's over. Now I did it freehand in the mill, and I have to do a little more work with the file, but I think I'll manage to do it. So now I'll do a hand job, yeah, a hand job, yeah, to make it fit in the Morse taper sleeve, yeah. I must say it's a little tempting just to TIG weld it around, especially here and on the other side. There, if I weld it here, I have, I'll zoom out to get a more steady picture. Here I have to clean it up if I prefer to TIG weld it. And here I just can leave it. I'll consider TIG welding. But before I do that, I'll drill the holes, and I think I'll round the corners here. I have this radius 5 profile milling cutter I'll use all around the 4 sides, and then in the middle I'll have the bolt to fasten the rod. Why does it wiggle? Oh, there's a burr. There's a burr. And this one has a burr too. Yeah. I'll correct that and come back with. Then I'll take klein milling back again. Now I took all the corners with the radius 5 all over, and you can see your accuracy or missing accuracy here in the corners. This spike should sit in the middle. There's a little there. But all in all, I think it looks very nice with the corners rounded like this. And in the final project, it goes like this. Now I will see if I can zoom in without losing the focus. Yeah. I am going to TIG weld it down here. I simply and back here. Not there. Now I drilled a pilot hole on 4 millimeters, and then I'll take this 14 millimeter and drill through, and then bore, sneaking up to 15 or 14.9 or so, but in first place I'll bore it out. Nice, and with no problems. The drill was brand new, so no problem at all. 14 millimeters. Now I'll have to bore the rest out. I think I said I'll start with the boring, but that was my mistake. Oh, a very nice fit here. A very nice fit. Now it's looking a little like the drawing, and the rod here is parallel with the center of it all, and there's no here down here. It's parallel to the center too. I think that'll be very nice. And the function, draw it out here and then turn it around this corner. And now it'll just turn around. And then I have to press in. I can't do it with one hand. Yeah, but I think that's it. Just for the rest of the stuff to see. not all of them are granted access to the development department.